Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is 9:30 p.m. I did not just get out of bed after laying in bed for 2 hours waiting for the power to come back on, so I sound more normal, I hope. How you doing? Good to see you. A pleasure. I'm doing fine. I'm okay today. That sounds like there's some sort of ulterior. I'm not actually. No, I'm fine. Don't you worry about it. My My day is all thrown off because I could not sleep last night because I basically took a 2 hour nap. I don't know if anyone else gets this way, but oh, yeah, I won the last one, but it doesn't count because it was a challenge run. Yeah. I don't know if anyone else gets this way, but like if I just lay in bed and look at my phone or something, it's not funny anymore, Monster. I'm not even gonna acknowledge it. It's it's not funny. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. It just is my life now. But if I lay in bed and do nothing, it basically is like taking a nap. And I didn't do nothing, right? I was watching videos on my phone. But like I got out of bed and I was like, damn, I feel like I just slept for 2 hours. And this is how it's always been for me. I don't know. It's like so like if I there were times like especially I remember before taking the ACT back in high school, I couldn't sleep, but I just laid there with my eyes closed instead, and I woke up and I was like, well, I feel like I kind of slept. Like it wasn't good sleep, mind you, but I felt rested-ish. Do you guys have that? Have you ever had that happen to you? That's my discussion question because it's a good one. I mean, maybe not a good one, but like it's my show. You can ask your own question if you want. An answer, and I'm just gonna go. That's weird. I didn't ask that. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Anyway, God, getting off topic here. But no, I really just feel like. So what ended up happening is I got out of bed and I was like, damn, I can't sleep. Well, I got out of bed, did Monster Train, and then went, damn, I can't sleep. So I didn't fall asleep till like 6 a.m. And then I woke up super late, and now my whole day is off. And that's just how it's been for me. I wonder if there's anything. I mean, there's nothing. All I can do is not lay down, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know. It's strange. In conclusion. It's strange because I didn't go to sleep last night, but I felt like I went to sleep last night. And then I actually went to sleep last night. Anyway, I'm gonna move on now. Uh, yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Today we're playing Exile Stygian and my only ever played secondary clan. That's Exile Umbra, if you're wondering. I really like playing this game with Plink. A lot of statistical anomalies lately. The number of Exile Umbra runs, because we have one guaranteed tomorrow. So we're like, that's a statistical anomaly, and then killing Seraph with jack strips, like it's been a wild set of days. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We got Plating Seal, Arcus, The Failure, Sap Seraph, Flash Freeze, and Umbra Assault Preserve. Again, I was introspective in the first take of yesterday's run, which got cut because of the loss of power. I don't think that Exile Umbra is a particularly bad secondary. Like, I can ham it up and I can go, oh, it's so terrible. At the end of the day, Plink is a card that I can play. And Plink is not Dreg, and it's not Queen's Implink. And I think that that makes this run better off than if I had those starts. So, despite all the games of Exile Umbra, I think that this start is fine. But the problem, of course, is that there is no synergy. This is a Stygian run. I'm not playing an Umbra unit. All that being said, I'm going to take a Precious Reflection. I'm going to roll a multi-strike Siren and we're going to go nuts. I don't respect Channel. I'm going to go Titan Channel. And with Titan Channel, I can definitely take this money for the banner. I'm gonna pause on this screen and I'm gonna take my jacket off because I'm very hot. One moment, please. Alright, you ready? I'm ready. So we have Plink and we have Antumbra Assault. And we have, what else? Flash Freeze and Preserve. I think that this is a no-brainer trial. We have young Plinkus, so clergymen are free money. Yeah, 2 Plinks and we're good to go. I think I play Train Steward Rubble Morsel. And I plink down the next clergyman wave. Yeah, look at this. Queen Zimpling could never. I mean, Queen Zimpling actually literally could, but don't worry about that. Now, a real shame here is missing the collector. That one's gonna have to go down as my bad. I should have thought that through a little bit more. You know. I'm betting on, yeah, drawing a card that kills this foot soldier. It's not Plink, don't you worry. I knew it wasn't Plink. You can do a fun little trick here. Give the train steward lifesteal. You're always dead. Give the train steward the lifesteal by not unphasing Soul Guard this round. Save the train steward and then unphase Soul Guard as well. Look at that. That's solid. Do I need to do that? No, of course not. But like, it's cool. So, how I feel about this run is going to depend. Wow, this preserve is nuts. This thing is not getting discarded. Can it finish the run? F. So, I'm gonna roll a Siren, and she's going to Siren of the Sea. She's not going to have a doomed Capricious upgrade, and we're gonna go nuts. How are my damage spells? I think they're terrible. They are terrible. I'll take the +10 crit builder. I think I like the -1 Ember Cache. The double stack Immortal trait is kinda gloomy. I don't like it. It's too much Ember Drain. Although it keeps Soulguard alive for 8 rounds, but I don't really need that, I don't feel. I guess it's a, I take this and then I play it right before Relentless to guarantee the dub. 8 full heals on Soulguard, very good. Yeah, alright, I've talked myself into it. Alright. Shark with health or Endless, a Siren with multi-strike, or a Siren with not burnout. Multi-strike? Okay, okay. Huh. Yeah, that sure is something, isn't it? So first of all, if these were flipped, this banner would be insane. If it was Endless Shark, Battlestone, Lodestone Totem, this banner would be absolutely nuts. Alas. So what are the ideas here? The multi-strike in the shop is completely worthless. There's nothing I can do with it. I think the Endless Lodestone Totem is kinda grim. I think that it's not very good because... Okay, I guess it's fine. I do kind of believe that Lodestone Totem wins from... I think that Lodestone Totem is pretty close to an always winning card. Maybe not 100%, but I think it's really close to being always winning. You play 2 of the Lodestone Totems and you just go nuts. So even with the Endless, I think it's okay. Soulguard wins Relentless for you. Lodestone Totem saps all the enemies down. Yeah, I think I've talked myself into it. I do believe it needs a +25, or... the alternative is I give it nothing and I hope to see a playable Siren, which I infuse the totem onto instead. Which is also a play. The 25 health is not much. It's really not that big of a deal. The reason that I wouldn't do this, I guess, really, is because I would maybe want to put an infusion onto the totem to keep it alive, but, you know. I'll just make Crypt Builder 1 energy. That seems fine. I was hoping for some extreme stones for Plinkus. Too bad. I'd love to see unit drafts. The more chances I have at seeing a unit that wins me the game, the better off we are. I fought an Armageddon. I did not ask. It's a coin flip, right? My bottom floor is... No, I guess it's not a coin flip because of the health, right? You just play bottom floor and you hope the 50-50 goes in your favor on foregone power here. If I miss, how bad is it? I mean, it's not that terrible. No, it is pretty terrible, actually. But the curses are going to really set me back. But Yeah, it's fine. I think you just unphase Soul Guard and then win this combat, so I'm gonna play accordingly, not send myself for fun. Soul Guard, by the way, unphases extremely easily, which is the other reason that this is fine. But we want to give the totem a little attack here, which is why I didn't unphase Soul Guard that round. Yeah, alright. We're chill. We are A-okay. Whoops. I should have put the Frostbite on the Forged Disciple. My bad. I guess I just give it 3 sap. Right? It should have had 1 more sap on it and the Frostbite. I should have taken a little less damage here. That 4 could have been prevented. That should have been 2 damage total. Thankfully, I think I will survive. Ooh. Now, the unit, and it's fine either way. Without the plus 25, I think we're still okay. I think that the plan has shifted. I will take the Permafrost offering token. That is very good. Take the Space Prism. The 0 energy Void Binding is kind of tempting, but nah, I'll take the Space Prism. Wow, these are not good. These are pretty terrible. I mean, Rage 7 Armor Shark isn't the worst, I guess. It's a question of what do I want to... What unit do I want to be my baseline? I guess this Nameless Siren is fine. If there's a multi-strike in the next shop, I think I'd be happy to play her. In worst case, I toss her out because there's a better unit in the Stygian banner here. Almost Incan Armor 2 plus 10, wouldn't mind a Hot Shark. No, I don't really want Rage 7 Siren or Rage 7 Icy Silliphite. I'm good. Let's reroll. No multi-strike, so I'm not really committed in any direction here. I'm gonna buy 2 removals because this deck is better when there are less units in it. And I'm floating a Siren right now, I'm like kind of stuck in purgatory figuring out what we're doing here. I don't mind taking the money. We're still pretty strong. Frozen Nostalgia. It is so good with Plink to take Frozen Nostalgia. I basically have to take space to counteract it, but this Plink becomes crazy. And the other spells get a lot too, right? I think it's worthwhile. I'm willing to take Frozen Nostalgia here. And then, because like in reality, Frozen Nostalgia leads us to a position of playing Soul Guard Totem Totem. Or it leads us to a position of playing Soul Guard Siren Siren. But Siren Siren doesn't fit, you're saying. You take space and you play the Space Prism and then it does. We're 1 intrinsic away from that line. And the trade-off is, like, the benefit is very big. That's the piece you have to understand, right? It might not seem like much, but like, watch this Plink. Did you see that? It killed both of those enemies. Crazy. I'm being facetious. Plink yeah. You get it. I also never play these cards on my own units, but that's not a worry. Wish I could sap the bomb. Good try, Plink. Good try. I'm gonna end my turn. I want the totem to tank that 10. Totem's health doesn't matter. I probably have the totem in front, really. Alright, Plink, don't let me down. Great job, Plink. Great job, Plink. Let's go. He's nuts. Plink is cracked. I'll put Frostbite on Daedalus. I think it's worthwhile. And damage taken up here doesn't matter, so I'm just gonna end my turn. Yeah, we save our resources for turns like this one. My bottom card? Space Prism. It's fine. because the totem kills them, of course. In my mind, I'm playing this like I have Icicle Fracture. I don't have Icicle Fracture, but I'm thinking like I do. So basically, the game plan here is we go into Relentless with Soulguard at full health, and we walk out of Relentless because Soulguard is at full health. The totem stops the enemies from hitting it when they walk up into Pyre, and Soulguard 1v1s basically every boss in the game for you. That's the theory. I'm gonna make a lot of my decision is going to be made pretty heavily based on, hey, what the hell? Wait, I get clapped. Soulguard doesn't win this? Hold on a minute. Let's play a Nameless Siren. And some Frostbite. And some Plink. That Lifesteal Morsel might have been better. Okay. We win it. This Siren should definitely be behind the Lodestone Totem. My bad. My confidence in Soulguard has dropped significantly, but I guess Daedalus was doing 10s, which is high for this phase of the game. But I thought that was going to be a lot smoother. How's X-1 Kindle look? Pretty terrible, all things considered. How does Deep Offering look with Permafrost? Pretty terrible. Because this card, it might not seem that bad, but it's bad because it makes you not play Foregone Power. Because if you discard it, you go, damn, that sucks. Yeah, these units are awful. These are very bad. He'll show up here. I think I'm better off playing double Totem with an Infusion than I am playing two like Sirens in this run. And so I want to figure out what Infusion I want to put on the Totem. Unsurprisingly, it is probably Siren of the Sea. Why is it Siren of the Sea over Nameless Siren? Well, Nameless Siren's rage runs out, and it's not going to be that much rage. Having 10 attack versus 20 attack, that scales to 0 in longer fights. You want 10 attack. It wins out after combat, or like after round 10, basically. So, and you could also take Crucible Collector, but, you know. And so if I'm playing Totem Totem, I don't need to take space, which means I should take draw. And I want to removal, I think. Check the relic first. Wing technology, not today. I could play Wing Steel this time around. I want to check the Umbra banner. Okay. Gotta be honest with you, the number of Rage 7s off of this Capricious Reflection, more than I would have liked. A few more than I would have liked. Put Siren on the Totem. Like, so. The biggest problem with this line right now is I'm high packed shards and I'm I have to go through 4 and 5 without duplicating the totem. And duplicating the totem is kind of important. And we get to play Totem Totem without energy here because of Soulguard. The Soulguard soaks up the Ember Drain on turn 1. Yeah. And so at the end of the day, what I need is I don't need any of this. What I need is to not draw both totems turn 1. The best thing I can do for that is Cheater's Hand, but if we don't see Cheater's Hand, you know, it's not super likely to see Cheater's Hand, so I'm not gonna ask for it particularly. Not that big of a deal if we don't see that. It would be nice though. Morsels being generated means I get to play them and draw my card on Wing Steel. I think the best thing to do here is stack Frostbite on the Clip Defender, because this enemy is going to be the one that hurts me the most. A little bit of foresight here sees this enemy, Quill Marksman, and goes scary, but at a second glance I think they are not that scary because I have to draw a Flash Freeze. I'm drawing 6 of these cards, right? So in the worst, yeah, in the worst case, I'm drawing like Deadweight Immortal Trade, Permafrost, and then pick 3, right? It's like Deadweight. So in the worst case, what happens here is I draw Deadweight Immortal Trade, Permafrost, and then I draw 3 Plinks and they all miss. I'm willing to take the gamble. Shame about those spikes, though. Yeah, outside of the absolute worst case, everything is okay. And even then, in the worst of times, Plink can still pull through for you. Thank you, Plink. My my tenuous relationship with Plink has improved today. His combat should be fine now. A shame about these clip defenders, but what can you do? Full Guard will kill one major enemy and the other can just die to Frostbite and etceteras. I'd rather pull Plink than Foregone Power. Immortal Trade looks a little worse every time I look at it. Puts you under 60 for Umbra Assault, which seems worth it. I'm gonna discard the Immortal Trade. That's pretty big. I actually managed to take 0 on that turn. A lot of randomness in this combo, by the way. Exile Stygian, Exile Umbra, just an absolute load of RNG. But when there's so much RNG, it starts to be less troubling. Because, like, you know, you just make your plays as best as you can and hope for the best. Not a big deal. I accept where I am. I accept my lot in life here as the guy playing the double random combo starter cards. And more or less, just don't care. Largestone, Glacial Seal, Holdover, Hoarfrost, Effigy. These cards are fucking tight. Tight card. Oh, God. The first multi-strike from this piece of shit Capricious Reflection. It's on the Ember Forge. Gross. You know what's kind of cool here, actually? You know what's an interesting take? Prism Retrieval. What's cool about Prism Retrieval? Well, basically what it does is if I draw both totems on turn 1, then down the line I get to play Prism Retrieval and pull the totem out sooner than I would otherwise. That's cool. That's kind of neat. I'm very tempted by this Trinket shop. I think I'm more tempted by the Magic shop. Let's go through it real quick. At the Trinket shop, I can see double incants, which is just an instant win of the game. Secondarily, so the Magic shop offers solid value in making 2 Plinks cost 0. The Trinket shop offers solid value in removing some of the randomness by pulling out 2 Foregone Powers, with the added benefit of having a chance to just win me the game and having Pyre Remains. None of these. Maybe Totem Fragment? I don't love it here. I don't hate it here either. It's a question of if it's worth more or less than the reroll. What do you think? It's really close, is what I think. It's good, and it makes these Plinks very good. Yeah, I'll take Totem Fragment. We can live without knowing. I'll take the solid pick. I go Hellvent here, I'm at 75, 85, I have to take 15. Power up a Plink to 46 times 2, I'm down. It's a Plink carry. Tell me it isn't. It isn't, but, you know, don't tell me that. Scary. No matter what, it's fine. Yeah, regardless of what I draw there, it's alright. Technically, don't worry about it. In Prism Retrieval, in its worst case, this is the other piece. Prism Retrieval in its worst case is just a free spell. A free incant. This deck wants free incants. So it's still good even in its worst of times. Or dead weight. I need to play Plink first. Yeah, just have to make sure that I'm actually hitting this overcharged apprentice next turn. I also have to focus on getting Soul Guard free, but I should draw Totem... never mind. I should draw Totem Fragment Crypt Builder is what I was going to say. Instead, I'm going to kill him with the... What the hell? The 276 damage Plink? Okay. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. He's dead. Plink, careful. Careful. Careful is all I can say about that Plink. Careful. Beware. There's a fiend on the loose. Interesting that that Soul Guard takes the damage. He unphases first. I would like to get like a few more damaging spells that aren't Plink. At the same time, like they're going a little bit nuts. Watch this Plink. It actually kills both of these enemies. You don't have to worry about losing the coin flips if Plink just one-shots both enemies. There's no coin flip. Okay, Plink's broken. Alright, that's it. It's official. I'm calling it here. Plink is busted. You see that guy over there who's living? Me neither. He's been dead. He's died to Plink. I don't see him either. Like, it's crazy. I have not had to use the sap. They just die. Freeze the Crypt Builder. Play the Immortal Trade. Wait a minute, that's stupid. Yeah, but I don't want to play Immortal Trade because I want to play the big Plink next turn. Damn, I'm good. Sure, play Immortal Trade and guarantee it. Big Plink. I did some rough math in my head and said it would be fine, and I was right. Hey, this holdover Ice Storm is nuts. That card's insane. I'm down to clown with an Ember Cache. The quick Ember Forge is tempting. Very tempting. I think Chain of Gems. Plink is going to be killing enemies, so... You know. Yeah, I think Plink is going to be killing enemies. The morsels offer like 3 hits of buffer. Cool. I'm good. And we will be cautious of... Oh, I forgot to factor in that 15. Yeah, okay, I'm over on pack shards. Whatever. Over by 5? Oh yeah, I guess that would be. Don't look at the Ice Storm, it's okay. You just press end turn here. It's okay, you just press end turn there. It's no big issue. I am willing to give up 2 cards here to just bop the Infused Heavy turn 1. And since I've played spells, I may as well play some more. No reason not to. It'll be interesting to see if this one has the, like, necessary verticality, I guess, is a way to put it. It'll be interesting to see if this run scales well enough. It's a better way to say it. Yeah, I can play Prism Retreat. I think that, for one, I should probably be putting Soul Guard behind and not in front in the end game. Like, as often is the case, I like to just kind of play without thinking too much at the early phases and consider the consequences. Oh yeah. And the consequences here are Soul Guard doesn't necessarily 1v1 relentless against these bosses. The bosses have a lot of health and Soul Guard does not. So he kind of loses. It's good info. Good to know. The Totem Fragment was a great pick. I can't believe I almost didn't pick that. Yeah, I can. I think there's two ways to make Soulguard win Relentless. Option A is to put him behind the Lodestone Totems, and option B is to... Really? Huh. Option B is to make sure I play a Mortal Trade. Like, I map out the waves remaining and I play a Mortal Trade when I am not guaranteed to see it again. Either option is fine. Like, if I was trying to play around a Mortal Trade, I would play it on this turn. Like, if I was trying to play around a Mortal Trade, I'd play it here, basically. I should wait on those cards. I should actually play a Mortal Trade here, I think. 8 rounds is just going to be 720 damage. Add a little Frostbite into the mix. How much Ember do I lose next turn? Do I lose 3? I lose 3, right? Yeah. The extra sap doesn't make a big difference. The Frostbite does. Interesting stuff though. I should definitely focus on moving Soulguard to the back. Lifesteal itself isn't enough. Although maybe a 210 Soulguard starts winning. I don't really know anymore. Forever Consumed. Very good. This card does a baseline. This is 45 damage at 0 energy. That's crazy. And if they are totem fragmented up, that's 135 for 0. Pretty good. I like taking the energy here so I can play a card on turn 2 with Lodestone Totem. And turn 1, I guess. But really I won't want to because of Wing Steel. Yeah. I also made that sacrifice. I went to the Trinket shop instead of the Magic shop, so my cards are more expensive. What's the worst card in this deck? One Foregone Power for sure. Probably 2 Foregone Powers. Probably 2 Foregone Powers. We do Titan Channel 3. Magic Shop says make card cost less. I want Ice Storm to be free, so if I ever draw it turn 1, it's just in my hand. I don't really want to do +10, although it's not terrible. Freezing Immortal Trade is a really smart play. Let's +10 up Plink. I'm putting a lot into these Plinks, but they're paying out, so like, sure, whatever. Whatever you say, Plink. 26 times 2? Sure. It runs a great illustration of why Plink can't be buffed. Because, you know, as frustrating as it is, the card is numerically nuts. 2 instances of hits on a card? Crazy. Can't make this any stronger. Trial is scary, and I don't want it. Pretty sure Plink is the way it is, by the way, if you're interested. I'm pretty sure Plink is the way it is because on, like, I should put the totem in front. -2 does not work. Don't play Plink, I don't want to top deck my totem. I think that Plink in the beta was maybe I don't want to put the totem in front. Anyway, I'm pretty sure Plink in the beta run of the card, it was a hits all enemies for 1. And that card is broken. Like, that card cannot beat. And so they had to nerf it. And the nerf version is not fun, but, you know, it's fine. Yeah, I was a little worried that Ice Storm was going to be underwhelming, but it does seem to be fine. And I put the totems behind, if you're wondering why. I put them behind because I want Soulguard to tank the hits. The hits will very swiftly kill these totems, but they will not kill Soulguard because I can Immortal Trade them. Play Forever Consumed whenever. This run is very strong. Like, I wouldn't say shocking, I guess, but like stronger than I expected it to turn out. I'm having no trouble freeing Soulguard, and I'm also having no trouble killing enemies. Oh, also Soulguard free wins Relentless. On the Divinity, yeah. Soulguard free wins the Divinity because these totems are going to set the Divinity's attack to like -1 million. Absolutely. This is the turn where it's kind of weird. Oh, As my real stance on this turn is just whatever. I'm just gonna throw shit at the wall here. They'll die. They don't really have a choice. Nothing really has a choice here. Soulguard will crush this boss. Like, does too much damage. Can also use the damage shield. But he'll win off of the Immortal Trade. I mean, he 1v1s this boss, for sure. Boss hits him, like, what, 5 times to kill him? Something like that? It's crazy. Because Immortal Trade exists. Where did I get all this? Oh, I played the... Yeah. Played the Excavated Embers. That's where I got all this energy from. Well, Soulguard doesn't actually 1v1 this boss on his own. Here you go, buddy. I've been overestimating Soulguard's ability a little bit, but I have the tools to make up for it, so it's not really a big deal. Ice Empire with Consume? Unnamed Tome with Remove Consume? Just 1 energy silence enemies? It's fine. Silencing Harvest is cool. Excavation Eruption looks pretty juicy. God, I just needed Blazing Bolts and I could have 2 random hit, 3 random hit, where is it? 3 random hit, 5 random hit, and then if Blazing Bolts would make it give me a 4. That's the whole set. Let's go look if there's double enhance real quick. Steel 2 is not that enticing. No double enhance. That's alright. I don't really want to spend a lot of time in this area. I feel like this run is done and dusted, but let's give the respect the game is due. I got Unnamed Tome free. That card is just very good. And I'll reroll, I don't want double stack. Holding over Forever Consumed is probably enough. You play Forever Consumed and then you play Ice Storm, and I'm pretty sure every enemy, every wave dies. Make some cards free because that is a lot of energy I'm asking to use. I think that's fine. Duplicate. Honest answer, best card to duplicate here is probably Plink. Real answer. I think the best thing I can duplicate is this 46 damage twice Plink. I don't like that. I'm gonna duplicate Plink, I guess. Alright. One more removal. I think the worst card in this deck is still Foregone Power. Does not offer a lot of value. I'd rather pay the energy to play Plink than play that. Let's hit the trail. You know, I got water. I specifically waited. Well, not waited, I guess, but I went and I got water before I started this episode, and I have not touched it. I have not touched it. Kind of liberating to draw the totem on turn 1. I mean, it doesn't really matter that I drew it on turn 1 because I'll just kill everything with Ice Storm. This is wrong. This Lodestone totem, this one is wrong. That's just a mistake on my end. This totem here could be in front of Soulguard. Definitely. See the spell damage I'm doing to Seraph on this turn? Look at that damage. I took like 400 damage off of him there. How about it? I'm just gonna play Unnamed Tome for the 1 incant on Soulguard, I guess. It really is not a whole lot of decision making to be done. All I have to do is answer the bosses in this run. Beyond a shadow of doubt in my mind, all there is to be done here is make sure I don't lose Relentless. I don't lose Relentless. Oh, that guy lived. This is the first enemy to actually lay an attack out in, like, a while. Hey, here's that Prism Retrieval coming into play too, though. Remember I picked this up? Remember why I took this? Boom. There's Lodestone Totem. That shit actually worked. I've had some really unbelievable events happen to me in Monster Train lately. Playing Lodestone Totem to real effect here, like just Lodestone Totem, or sorry, not Lodestone Totem, Prism Retrieval just clutched. I mean, not really clutched, but like Prism Retrieval was not a dead card that was making my run worse on that turn. When's the last time you've ever seen that happen? It's been a while, I would say. I'm gonna play this because Seraph is here. I'd like to get more sap down. It's a time-consuming run though. It's like kind of, I don't want to say tedious. It's just like it's making me go through the motions here, I guess is what I want to say. I have to make sure that I'm not fucking around. Make sure I'm actually killing all the enemies and such. But Seraph has negative 40. I'm gonna bop. Bop. Wow, you know, I actually did not know this. The morsels get eaten before frostbite triggers. Did you know that? I did not. You know, I can understand why I wouldn't know that, by the way. It seems like an extremely strange thing to know, but hey, now you know. Alright, Sarah, get out of here. Interesting note. Playing the totems like I did, where I had the totems in front of Soulguard, makes it so that the Immortal Trade doesn't do anything in that Relentless, but, you know, it leaves it unchanged in the Divinity. What a cool run. I've been having a lot of rough ones lately, so I appreciate Monster Train throwing me some interesting ones. I'm gonna put the totems behind. I also believe that if my Lodestone Totem is on top here, sucks to suck, basically. I'm not dropping Forever Consumed. Ooh, I'm not gonna play Offering Token though. I'm gonna throw some stuff out to pop off the damage shields down here. And here we are. We'll be fine. I can actually just pop it off like that. You want to wait on the preserve. You don't want to play it yet because you want to sap this wave that's here. And the Silence Tome deals with the harvest. I think the only thing that could really pose a threat here is the mini bosses. Good job, Plink. Appreciate it. Good job, Plink. Okay. I'm telling you. Plink. Busted. I'm fully converted. I'm a Plink fan. Good. Just counting it out. Forever Consumed is going to struggle versus the damage shield, or the shields here, by the way. Of which there are some. I am hopeful that a storm will not let me down. I don't really know if I was let down or not, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure. Hard to interpret that turn. I'm just gonna start throwing stuff at him. See if anyone lives. Could have played this a little bit better, I bet. It's okay. I think I'll live. Again, this is just a run that has to make it to Relentless, and once you make it to Relentless, this is donezo. This turn this is probably the most intricate turn, because there's a few things we need to do. Obviously, we need to not die to this wave. Secondary goal is to kill this apprentice, so that I can raw forever consume the Inquisitor next turn and not have to roll any dice. But so step one is to be Umbra assaulting the frontline enemy. That seems like a given. Step 2 is probably just to kill this guy, the harvest enemy on the second position. From there, I imagine it's just like Ice Storm, Ember. And I can come to mid-floor and I can throw a Plink at it. A big Plink. God, Plink, you're insane today. What? Enemy walks to Pyre. Does not matter because they have 14 sap. Plink actually killed the, like, Plink won the 1 in 9. For every day of my life that I have complained about Plink, Plink is just making it all up in one day. For every moment in time where I've said, man, Plink, really sucks to have you, I'd like to say, thank you, Plink. Great job. All you have to do is make this card do a ton of damage, and then it's good. Who knew? I like just playing the big Forever Consume because my cards attack randomly. My spells, they hit randomly. It's good to just throw the Forever Consumed out right away. And then what I can do is I can leave these Excavated Embers in. Although not here because I'm going to actually use them to take off some spell shields. Yeah. Actually use them here to take off spell shields so that I have a clean next turn. But you don't want to do like random bounce attacks on enemies that you need to have. I don't want to be left in a position where it's like, oh, Ice Storm rolled a weird hit and I died. Right, we want to avoid that if possible. So you want to do things that are guaranteed first. So for example, I would like to play... It's like this Plink gets skipped in favor of making the turn guaranteed, right? Because Forever Consumed into Offering Token Crypt Builder into Ice Storm is a guaranteed turn. There is no randomness to what I just did. There's no rolling of the dice. That turn is guaranteed to go the way it just went. Similar here. You just play the guarantees. You don't have to go, ooh, it's like, what can happen there basically if you don't do the guarantees is like, oh, the Ice Storm hit the Harvest enemy twice, right? And if it hits the Harvest enemy twice, then he loses his spell weakness, and then I hit him for like no damage and lose, right? That's what you look out for there. Cool, what a run. The Sap Totem was the perfect card to just sit here and kill the Divinity for me. That's all I needed to do, is it just killed the Divinity, because I took Frozen Nostalgia with Plink and I got Totem Fragment. I cannot believe I really took a moment to consider re-rolling Totem Fragment. Totem Fragment went insane in that combat. Totem Fragment absolutely farmed. Thank you, Totem Fragment. Cool stuff. This is a good one. Really good run. Join me again tomorrow for another episode of The Plink Show, featuring Plink. If memory serves me correctly, Plink should be about to go into its villain arc where it stabs me in the back now. Now that we've had our good one where I titled this episode like Plink Redemption Arc or Plink Carry Run. And then next week I should be mad at Plink again. So look forward to that. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.